Hi, this is Jason Bannock with Gateway Business Development Group. Wanted to give you some tips today on voicemails. I received a question earlier this week on how we use voicemails effectively because the person that asked me seemed to think they were leaving a lot of voicemails and not getting any response whatsoever, or they just weren't working for them. So I came up with a few steps where you can use a voicemail pretty effectively. And you can also even use the voicemail, believe it or not, as a way to get a live connect with the decision maker. So here are some 5 steps I think to use voicemails effectively and really make them work for you. So step 1, before you even leave a voicemail, create an email or a letter to send to that prospect that explains more in depth why you're trying to get a hold of them. Introduces you, your service, your company, but save the details that you're trying to leave on the voicemail really for a letter or an email. Have that well written, have some links in it if it's an email, but have that prepared prior to even calling. Step 2, call the gatekeeper. And this is probably the most important step, as simple as it sounds. Confirm with the gatekeeper that the person you're trying to get a hold of does in fact make the decisions for buying what you're selling. Absolutely make sure that she confirms and gives you your blessing that this is the person that buys whatever your company is trying to sell. Step 3, ask the gatekeeper if it would be okay to leave that person a voicemail just to let them know that you're sending an email or a letter and you want them to keep their eye out for it. The reason that this is so important is because the gatekeeper has a much higher likelihood of shooting you over to the decision maker's voicemail if they think that's all you're trying to do is leave a voicemail. If they think you want to talk to them, they may not want to transfer you because really they don't want to get yelled at for passing another salesperson over to the decision maker. But if they think that you're just calling to leave a voicemail, they're very likely to shoot you on through. Step 4, if you go ahead and get transferred to voicemail, leave a brief email, again, just letting them know, introduce yourself, but let them know to keep their eye out for an email or a letter that's going to get more in depth about why you're calling. Don't use the voicemail for a sales pitch. Just say, hey, listen, this is why I'm calling. I'm sending you an email or a letter, and keep your eye out for that. And I'll follow up with you in a few weeks. That way, when they see that email or letter come, they already are kind of expecting it, and then they can read that on their own time to learn more about why you're calling. And then lastly, believe it or not, we get transferred to hundreds and hundreds of key decision makers every single day while prospecting for our clients. And a good portion of the time, maybe 10 to 20% of the time, when we ask to leave a voicemail, we actually get a live connect with the decision maker. They pick up the phone. And it's a great way to go ahead and get to that key decision maker. And when that happens, all we simply say is, hey, listen, I was actually planning on leaving you a voicemail to give you a heads up because I was going to send you an email or a letter, but since I have you on the phone, let me tell you why I'm calling. And again, if you talk to the gatekeeper and just ask to leave a voicemail, you have a really good chance of getting a live connect with someone you want to talk to about your service. So that's my tip of the day on voicemails. Have a great week, and as always, let us know how we can help.